the Sakawa thing, this we call it Yahoo Yahoo.
Yeah.
Because they're in search for money and all of those things, you know. And they left there to come here to do what? Internet fraud and all of these things. Sometimes it's disheartening because you don't leave your home and you come down here to a different place and you're spoiling the image of the people back home. Because everybody's like, the Nigerians are bad. Most of the Ghanaians I meet, they're like, the Nigerians are bad, they are harsh, they are like this, they are like that. But far from that, you still find good people amongst them.
Sure. Ewudie bi akɔso ɛwɔ ɛyɛ Bono East Region na yɛfrɛ hɔ nom Danso Kwame Danso Dɔme Abra a ɛwɔ Sene West District ɛwɔ Bono East ɛyɛ Brona Hafo Region ne mu ɛna ewudie yi esi wɔ hɔ na ewudie esi wɔ hɔ no it's all ɛkɔsi Nigerian so ɛyɛ Nigerian man na yɛhwɛ a yɛhwɛ ne mfie na ɔnenam ne 40s mu ɛna yɛyɛ ne saa kyɛ sɛ wohwɛ picture no sɛnea picture ne deda screen so yi a sɛnea yɛtwa papa yi ɛko ɛne n'akyi kyɛ sɛ wotimu sɛ asɛ yɛku n'atwie na yɛtwa ne ko na yɛwie yɛbucha no yɛtwitwa ne into pieces paa ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa na ɛno ho asɛm ɛna nnɛ mato me nsa afrɛ me sister Precious ɛyɛ the hot fire or
Angel Fire.
Our sister Precious the nickname Angel Fire and so Omra na didi Nigeria enkomo any oti oman mu waware Ghana nipa oti oman mu a wono so ye Nigeria ni but onya ne family nti na emfafo no bi ebeko through a whole lot of things like that and no better ni esi Nigeria ni akwakoche yachi Nigeria ni bi okute etire obi eti ne dia yakoso ekuma wotwa ole kwaji sikedro and no better Nigeria say enti ne ye pese ono akasa on kasa she should talk about Nigerians in Ghana, the things that are going on in Ghana. And in Jebusia, Jebrena Tnasi, na your sister Precious, and Kasa, and fa SMC Munitia, it was an answer now, baby. I mean, Chaman Mumbra, Simaba. Abusia, and that's so what you bring a train, because I'm a quaba and senses in so na ne send me can kaye yes sister Precious Angel Fire which is the nickname aka Angel Fire and I dey babedi to me no Nigeria and it just say you can't brofo I'm a brofo no so today I am actually not ready for brofo but this woman is really coming to worry me with brofo today so you take it as whichever way it will go and try to understand it from too much. We only do 3, but today I am going to mix it for you, just as some of our fans have been requesting for. Yeah. So Auntie Precious, you're welcome to Too Much GH.
Thank you.
Yay. I can see how you are. I mean, you are shining all the time, shining. Just is there any secret?
No secret.
Because most Nigerian women, anytime we see people, I mean, you're flourishing, your skin looks, I mean, very good. And that is what most Ghanaians are taking after you people. We are taking after your skin. I mean, trying to make sure our skin also gets very smooth like yours.
Okay, I can help you with a little tips because the Nigerians, we love vegetables, we love fruits, and I mean there's absolutely no food we cook that you won't find vegetables in it. We love vegetables and it goes a long way in making your skin look mwah.
Whoa. So that's the secret.
Yes.
You should start taking fruits and vegetables just as Angel Fire said. Auntie Precious, this whole story that a man has been stabbed to death, a 40-year-old man has been stabbed to death, which we assume, or not to some of them, we assume he is 40 years, looking at the kind of person lying down there, and he's a Nigerian. When you hear things like this, that your country people are going through things like this in another man's country or in a country that you live in with, what are some of the things that comes in mind?
Well, let me start by saying this is a very sad situation. We don't pray for it to happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It is sad. It is heartbreaking. Not only for the fact, say, because I'm Nigerian, everyone has the right to life.
Yeah.
No man has the power to take anyone's life like that. So, let's discuss or go into this issue a little bit further, because I did hear about that issue.
Yeah.
One will begin to wonder, so why was the man killed and all of that in his own residence? And I was discussing with a few people some time ago, and they were like, oh, probably because of the rituals and everything that is going on.
And that is exactly what they said here. Probably the person who murdered him needs some part of him for rituals.
So I didn't even know where the world is going, because this issue it's not happening only here in Ghana. Even in Nigeria, back home, the rituals, I know it's getting out of hand. But now this is a Nigerian who has left his country to another man's country. He's in search rather for greener pastures, and his life has been snapped away from him like that. So a lot of things can come into your mind, like, did he step on someone's toes, or it could be anything. But then sometimes you see the Nigerians, I'm Nigerian, you understand, and I understand the way things go, but sometimes the Nigerians who leave their own country to come to a different man's country, like, you can't even understand. Some of the things they do here is so bad. Sometimes I feel embarrassed, because
what are some of the things that you do here, they do, that makes you feel embarrassed about your own people?
You see, the Sakawa thing, this we call it Yahoo Yahoo.
Yeah.
Because they're in search for money and all of those things, and they left there to come here to do what? Internet fraud and all of these things. Sometimes it's disheartening, because you don't leave your home and you come down here to a different place, and you're spoiling the image of the people back home. Because everybody's like, the Nigerians are bad. Most of the Ghanaians I meet, they're like, the Nigerians are bad, they are harsh, they are like this, they are like that. But far from that, you still find good people amongst them.
Sure.
So whatever it is that this man must have done, because I actually scrapped out rituals from it, because the one who murdered him didn't take out any of his body parts, and everything was still intact. So you can see they actually had the intention to kill, and that is what they did. I don't know, say probably he must have stepped on someone's toes. And all of that, but Esther, far from that, you don't have the right to take any man's life. If anything, you should report to the proper authorities. Am I right? And they can handle some of these situations.
Yeah. There was a time when they said, due to this whole kind of things that are happening, and some of the Nigerians are, robbing a lot of people in the country. When you go to Budugra like this, they are saying that it's the Nigerian who spoils the people over there, especially Kasua, who started this Yahoo thing involving the Ghanaians in it, that has made the boys over there become interested in what is going on right now. Do you think your people are the reason why all these things are going on in Kasua?
My dear, let me start by saying that if you don't want to be spoiled, you can't be spoiled. Do you understand? If I'm a bad person and say I want to influence you, by all means, if you don't want to do it, you will not do it. But because you already had those intentions in your mind, and then say you're afraid to let it out, and then you get a little push, and then your actual self actually comes out.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of things about the Nigerians who have, in fact, the Nigerians have spoiled Ghana. That is what I heard.
Yes.
They've actually caused price increase.
Exactly.
They've just spoiled things, like they've spoiled things. The armed robbery, they're the one in lead, and all of those things and all of that. Well, that is what somebody will want to think, and I will not try to fault anyone's thinking, but I am of the opinion that there is absolutely nobody can influence you to do something you yourself didn't want to do initially. I hope you are getting my point, because this robbery and all of those things, just as you have mentioned, if I tell you I haven't heard of it, I'll be lying. But more than the Nigerian influencing the Ghanaians to do this thing, it is more shameful and more disgraceful for me, because I am a Nigerian, and you don't leave your home and come to another man's country to stay and misbehave, if you understand what I'm saying.
Sure.
But far from the Nigerians being the actual influence, or the people that are spoiling the country, or the Ghanaians per se, I beg to differ, because I think, or should I say, I know that the Ghanaians actually had it in mind. You see, the Nigerians, let me tell you the way we are harsh, we are confident. Do you understand what I'm saying? When they enter a place, they want to take over the place. They have that, should I say, vim, if that is what you want to say.
Okay.
The Ghanaians are a little laid back. They are cool, they are relaxed, and all of that. That doesn't mean it goes like that for every Ghanaian. I'm just looking at the majority of them. So if the Nigerians have been able to influence those Ghanaians, those group of boys and all of that, I want you to trust me, they already had it in their mind.
So you mean the Ghanaians who accept to follow them?
Yes, they already had
that kind of act in their in mind already.
Yes. So let me ask you, Esther. I'm Nigerian, you're Ghanaian. Okay. So I want us to go and rob a bank. Would you follow me?
No, I won't.
Let me put a little more pressure on you. Like, I'll give you like $10,000. Would you still follow me?
Depends. Maybe I have. It depends, because maybe I have a situation that I need to clear with that money. That I know that if I get hold of that money, it will solve a lot of problems for me to be free. So with that pressure, if you try to give me that pressure, trying to increase money or the cash for me, trying to use the money aspect as a confusion for me to be convinced to follow you, that alone will make me follow you.
Esther, please, have you ever heard of peer pressure? You've heard of it. I'm not sure that you would follow, but I am not sure that at my age now and what I've been through in life, I'm not sure anybody can convince me to do something I don't want to do, no matter the price tag you place on it.
Really?
Yes, there is absolutely nothing, unless say I want to do it. If it was already in my mind to do it, I know. First time I'd be like, oh, this is not a good thing, it's bad, it's shameful, and all. With a little bit of pressure, yes, let's say maybe I'll succumb to it. But if it is something I don't want to do, it is not possible that I'll do it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Looking at the pressure, as you said, you will see them when the young guys see the Nigerians with cars taking their girlfriends from them. I mean, you see them with fresh girls. I mean, whenever they try to go in to approach those girls, they ignore them because they don't have. And then going into details, you realize that it's a Nigerian that is dating that particular lady that you have all this while wanted, and you are not getting it. So with this pressure and this disgrace and pain, will also influence you to even go for something like that.
Well, Esther, I feel like sometimes we don't even know what we want, because what would make you want to push and give in your all, say do rituals, kill someone for someone you know clearly doesn't even like you or doesn't even have any atom of feeling for you. You can see that the person is about the money. So if you get the money today and tomorrow you don't get it, have you thought about it? Say probably the person will probably leave you. So the problem is not anybody trying to convince anybody. The problem is we sometimes do not even know what we want. That should be the major our major concentration here. Let me put it that way, because I mean, clearly myself, I would not fight for something that is not worth it. Yeah, you can see that the girl is with the guy because he has all the money in the world. He can I mean, money is good. I love money. Everyone loves money. I mean, when you get it, but even the Bible says it answers to all things.
But Nigerians love money than anybody, any African.
What shows?
Even that, let me bring it to Ghana. Nigerians love money than Ghanaians.
What shows? What shows?
Everything shows.
What shows? Like, have you conducted a study or something?
Yeah, I mean, you can put money under the sea. So far as a Nigerian knows that there is money under the sea, if he goes there, he will be able to come out with the money. He will enter. But a Ghanaian will say, hey, by the time
I'm afraid.
I'll be dead. That's what they've been saying. That's what they've been saying about Nigerians.
If you're talking about determination,
yeah, you are too determined.
Yes, we are determined. But for you to try to say Nigerians in the whole Africa, is that what you said? We don't want them. I doubt.
Really?
Because I know of some very, very I'm not speaking because I'm Nigerian. I hope you're getting my point. Because I am married to a Ghanaian. I hope you get that.
So you make sure you don't speak against Ghana. Otherwise today when you get home I'll let you pass.
I'm not speaking for Nigeria or against Ghana. No, that is not my intention.
Okay.
But what I am trying to say now is for you to try to peg Nigerians like we love money, money, money. It's about determination. That is the way I see it. We are very determined people.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, let's say for some people, the urge for power, for greatness and all, it's not they're not going on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not to say to make it general. And then let me draw your attention to something. You know that the whole population of Ghana is like Lagos State. Lagos is just a state.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lagos is very big.
Yes. So for every one crime that happens in Ghana, you should expect like 10 in Nigeria. And then if you look at the scale and you try to weigh, it's just about the same thing if you want to take population into consideration. So it is not that it is happening, the Nigerians are like this, they are like that. It's because we are highly populated more than here. If not 4 times, the last time I checked, the Nigerians, we have a population that is like 4 times that of Ghana. So if you get 1 crime here and you get 10 in Nigeria, it's even.
Really?
Yes.
But do you believe you Nigerians has really made rent like the way people say Nigerians are the ones who has made our rent goes higher as it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because if a Ghanaian goes and then they tell the Ghanaian that it's 2,000 cedis, we will say it's expensive, so you have to step back.
Mm-hmm.
A Nigerian will come and say, I will give 3,000 cedis. Why is it like that? Is it that you people want to show off to Ghanaians that you have, or you have more power than us?
Okay.
Or what?
No, it's
and
not.
do you think it's the right thing to do?
No. It is
country?
never the right thing to do, because myself, I work for my money, so I won't do that. Do you understand? And the Nigerians naturally, we like to show off. even our parties, our engagements and all of that, we just really love to show off. Like a Nigerian is there, you want to know that by the time the person starts to do his or her things, you can tell that no, this person is not Ghanaian, this person is probably Nigerian. But far from that, let me take your rent issue for example. Your landlord says the rent is 2,000. The Ghanaian will say, please come down. The Nigerian will say, I'll even give you 3,000. So ask yourself, what responsible person behaves like this? Do you understand? Oh, it's 2,000, take your money. But sometimes you know that they are not exactly working for that money. It's either internet fraud and all of those things. And it's not only the Nigerians who do that. I know some Ghanaians too who do that as well.
Really?
Yes, I do know a few of them. Some of them do come by my spa. Don't even let me talk about those things.
No. I want you to prove that Ghanaians also do that.
Yes,
because to us, the mentality behind all this is Nigerians are the ones doing that. Nigerians are putting us through a lot of pains and then a lot of cash that we are not.
I can understand the pain. I can understand the hardship because I don't know, taking the rent issue into consideration, but I don't think Nigerians, we love to give. I don't know if you've noticed that thing. We just love to give and we love to give freely. That is if you have.
Really?
Yes, we are like that. And a Nigerian will go all out to help his brother or the sister. And I know Ghanaians will not do that. Yes, a Nigerian you say you've not set your eyes on the Nigerian before and you're stranded, he can decide to help you. But I noticed, that is my own observation, I don't know about any other person, but this is it's kind of difficult for a Ghanaian to help. And we are just free people. But I noticed, I've been here for say about 10 years now, and I've been able to study the lifestyle and all of that. The Ghanaians, they are not say exactly, they can't rejoice with you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
When you something,
yeah, they don't know how to, yes, they don't know how to rejoice with you. But looking at, let me get back to the rent issue. Going back to that rent issue, I feel what if a Nigerian should do that? It is bad. It is bad outrightly, not because how should I put it? But if somebody doesn't tell you that the thing is 2,000 and you are like, I'll pay 3,000. You can be like, oh, it's 2,000. Okay, thank you. I'll take the house. And say maybe when you come and you have extra cash, you'll be like, oh, yes, sir. Take this and add. But doing that, you've placed it in the mind of the landlord that
yes,
he can't go below 3,000. That is if your rent expires and all of that. And say you don't have money, even you yourself, you'll be hurt. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for that one, I condemn it outrightly. Myself, I wouldn't do that. But I know that there are Nigerians who do that. But it's not to say try to make one's life difficult. Don't forget, we share different ethnicities, different backgrounds and all of that. So, but I'm telling you that the original intentions of the Nigerian is they just love to give. We are like that.
Okay.
They give freely. That is if they have. Yeah.
And there is another tag that has been tagged to Nigerian, especially the Nigerian ladies, that they lead the prostitution in Ghana. And then when you go and you don't even have money, a Ghanaian lady will tell you don't have money, I will not do it. But a Nigerian will be, how do you feel hearing things like this about your own female from Nigeria?
Okay, so now the Nigerians are the one leading the prostitution here in Ghana. For that one, I would really beg to differ. Because let me start by saying it's not my intention to hurt any female because I am a female as well.
Yeah.
And I know that prostitution started, it's a long time business, even in the Bible. Yeah, there was a prostitute there.
Yeah, sure.
So, this prostitution thing, I'm thankful that you actually touched on the issues because I've heard of it. But I've been here in Ghana for like 10 years, and I'm on air now. And I can actually tell you that I have Ghanaian friends because I don't want to go deep into my issues and all of that. There was a time, say, I was having issues and all of that in my home. There were actually Ghanaians who were trying to influence me. These are not even Nigerians. So for you to say, try to tag Nigerians as the one leading the prostitution gangs, or how should I put it, that is a very, very big lie. It's a big fat lie.
Ghanaians influencing you to leave your husband.
It's not that. Yes, there was an issue. Yes, there was an issue for like some short time, and I'm saying that not even one of my Nigerian friends tried to influence me, but I can count. I just don't want to mention names because say now we are on air. So what about that? So it is not about say Nigerians leading the prostitution thing. It's all over. It's not only in Nigeria or Ghana. They do it outside. They do it everywhere. So for someone to try to think it's the Nigerians who are trying to push the Ghanaians into the prostitution thing, I mean, come on. For the fact that if you have money, if you don't have money, rather you can't sleep with me and all of that. Everybody is entitled to their own. How should I put it? Somebody is there. The person doesn't even want you to give her any money. She just wants to get it good and get it right. And you can find those people in Ghana. You can find them in Nigeria. You can find them outside. In fact, they still have enough money to even spend on you, the guy. So I feel like that is an individual thing. And it shouldn't be pegged on the Nigerians, and I don't even want it to be pegged on the Ghanaians as well.
Do you think lack of governance in your country, that is what is making or influencing your people to be doing things like this in other countries, to leave Nigeria to other countries to do things, just to disgrace the name of their motherland?
Well, you said lack of governance has made Nigerians to move out of their own country. Do we have Ghanaians in Nigeria?
Yeah, we do.
So
how many times do you hear Ghanaians in Nigeria doing things like this that we see Nigerians doing in Ghana?
At first, I drew your attention to population, and you would not say just because you yourself you're not hearing of it doesn't mean it's not happening. And I told you the Ghanaians are a little bit laid back, and the Nigerians are all out type. So let's look at population difference. So if one issue happens in Nigeria and you have 10 here or 20 here and people are talking about it, we are even. Still, we are even. We are even, yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so closing Nigerian shops, stopping them from working because they are bringing down people's businesses, like trying to sell their things on low cost just to get customers, and then leave Ghanaians who also sells or do their businesses go in vain without getting what they want when they get to their shop. So their shops has to be closed. What do you think it should be done? I mean, they are your country.
Okay, so my advice to the Nigerians who are here is please do not bring shame to your fatherland. As much as you've left home for here, go about your daily activities and just do the right thing. Do the right thing. You can't leave home and take a bad name back for the Nigerians, because it's an impression they have that the Nigerians are harsh, Nigerians are bad, they're always after money and all of those things. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't look nice. My mom used to say that a good name is better than silver or gold. I love Nigeria as much as I love Ghana. Just do the right thing. Just do the right thing. I love you all. God bless you.
We love you too, Mama Ga. Me, I will say it. The name I know is Mama Ga. Sister Precious and what Angel Fire or what? It's only today I'm getting to know them. Angel Fire. I have never heard of that name. I never knew she had another nickname called Angel Fire. So, Mama, Auntie Precious, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Spent with us here too much GH. We really appreciate that. And also thanks for, opening our minds and eyes over certain things that Ghanaians need to do to, be the boss of their own country instead of allowing your people to rule some of our happiness or our homes or our country, let's say our country. We really appreciate that a lot. Ebusia, and then I was not ready for Brofo. You can even see how the Brofo is. I'm not even ready for Brofo today. But this one has really forced me to speak Brofo. And Senia Eko, yes, sister, will be so and Yama Ghana for who said, Diana, or do I friend or do Ankasa, no, so we say you near cost now, only never boom as celebrating. Nigerians, they go to they come together to celebrate their brothers' success. But Ghanaians doesn't know how to do that. And that has been our number one problem. We always envy our brother. We always envy our sister. We don't know how to do businesses too. We always want to get one profit on one product, knowing that the products are plenty. That if you put little, the kakra to swa, ubenya faso. So Ghana needs more daily and doing things. Ye per se ye de car ye boy in now eto adie ba ko peso eto. San say ye pesika boro so do ba mo de 10 pesos akra na dash a show mo and no e mo ye mo say omoji ye customers and so ojuma ko de tu bon e chen ye no enti eto da ye hia bone na fi omo nkrofo ni bi ho no na ye hia papa so e fi omo ho no because it's not always bad with them. They still have something good in them that Ghanaians can learn that one instead of the bad ones. Aha and a major voice, media and a Akosia Pokoa answer, aka Queen Fidi, one apa. I will comment in here, pa. Also, I'm subscribe to your YouTube channel. No, na ja comment away comment section. Hold am I FFF? Why don't you and they say, oh, discussion here I have here. Now, Facebook, share my other social media platforms. Now, follow your Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I won't hear me pass. So, I will need that. Follow your home FFF and they jau. Also, why don't you am I? Macramo, that's a message.